everyone. Hi, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another episode reaction to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is Earth. My name is Matt. Hello. What's up? Okay, so last time on Buffy we watched Hush, which was a banger of an episode. I really enjoyed it. People told me since then on Patreon that the reason why that episode even came to be was because it was almost like it was a response to people saying that the only reason why Buffy was good was because of its dialogue. Certainly it is the thing that stands out the most about the show. So it is fun to have like a challenge, like a writing challenge of like, what if we did something that didn't have that at all? And it ended up coming great. And I said in my discussion for that episode that it almost makes me appreciate the dialogue less because I'm sitting here thinking like, God, like everything about this episode was so cool. I wish it was like this every time instead of having like quippy jokes at each other, you know? But it was just a great episode. I was also, this is weird. After I watched that episode, like a couple days later, I saw an image on my social media on Tumblr of like one of the gentlemen. And I was like, oh, why is this image here? And he was next to a guy, an actor. And it was the news that this guy had passed away. And I was like, oh. So apparently one of the actors for The Gentleman, which is also apparently plays other monsters in the show, but I haven't seen them yet. He passed away like a couple days after I watched the episode. So it was weird to watch the episode and then I'm like, oh, I recognize that. What is that? And then it's just like, oh, this guy passed away. And I'm like, oh, that's wow. So that is a sad loss, especially if he plays other monsters in the show and people like know this guy. Like, I would be sad if the guy who plays Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, who also played the judge in Buffy, I would be sad if he passed away. But yeah, let me know when that guy shows up again, so we can like point attention to it. But I'm not gonna recognize this because I also don't recognize his face because The Gentleman, it was kind of a full body makeup situation. But anyway, great episode. I'm excited to move forward. Also, we got lesbians. Yeah, we just have lesbians. That's just what the show is doing. Somebody like told me it's interesting that you think the show would explore that in that era, and I'm like, oh, I think they absolutely would. This is just like my theory of like progress in culture and time. But I think that like people would have been cool in the 70s, and in fact there is like footage of people being cool in the 70s about like transgender people and stuff like that. Someone being gay, I don't think it would have fucking matter. There's a lot of weird political movements that make you feel otherwise. All I'm saying is that I blame everything on Ronald Reagan, so I'm interested in exploring Willow's new soon-to-be girlfriend, or at least it's gonna be a storyline where maybe they are or maybe they are not girlfriends. But it is something that was definitely set up, like laid out in front of me, holding hands, interlocking hands, and doing spells together. And I saw the way she looked at Willow. I saw it. Like, I'm not blind. I see things. I'm sorry this took a little while. We're finally out of the Angel jail. I like Angel, but I noticed how I was thinking about Buffy a couple days ago. And I was like, man, I haven't watched the show in so long. And it's like, well, yeah, because like, first of all, my December was fucked up. I was ill and burnt out and really busy because Doctor Who came out with 4 episodes. I have yet to see the 4th one. I'm recording this instead of that one. It came out on Christmas. It came out yesterday. On top of that, we also just happened to align with a streak of 3 Angel episodes that I watched, 8, 9, and 10 that I did reactions to. But that means I've scattered Buffy episodes, which feels weird to do because I never really do that. But I'm going to be doing that again near the end of the season. It's not gonna feel good. I'll see what I can do at the end of the season. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to watch some Angel episodes, like around episode 18, something like that. But yeah, I just did 3 full reactions to Angel, and that really just made me miss Buffy. Weirdly enough, I'm sitting here being like, man, I watched Hush and it was a banger of an episode. When is gonna be the next one? So that's what we're doing today. Okay. Patreon, check out the Patreon, link in the screen below. Social media, you can support the channel and watch some early episodes as well as full-length episodes if you're into that, as well as Angel watch-alongs. I do those as well. All right, let us begin. So, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, season 4, episode 11. Let's go. Oh yeah, they found out about each other. I forgot about that part. A lot happened. It ended with them having to talk to one another, so I was gonna say it would be great if it just continued from that scene. and it appears that that's what we're doing. That's great.
What are you?
Capricorn on the cusp of Aquarius, you?
Sorry. I came out a little blunter than I intended. You know who I am. What I do, I can't tell you.
You're part of some military monster squad that captures demons, vampires, probably have some official sounding euphemisms for them. Unfriendlies or non-sapiens.
Hostile subterrestrials.
So you deliver these HSTs to a bunch of lab coats who perform experiments on them, which, among other things, turn some into harmless little bunnies. How am I doing so far?
A little too well.
Yeah, you're telling him a lot.
Ever been to Iowa, Riley? God, if that's even your name.
It is. I'm not the only one who's been a little less than honest here.
I thought a professional demon chaser like yourself would have figured it out by now. I'm the Slayer. Slayer.
They don't know who that
Chosen
is.
one.
They don't know what the
She
Slayer
who hangs
is.
out a lot in cemeteries?
This is funny.
I mean, you wailed on those guys.
You did pretty well yourself.
Yeah, but I'm a walking bruise today.
Yeah, she
You see
kills
me with
pretty
my
fast
clothes
also.
off, I look like a... What do we do?
I don't know. I really thought that you were a nice, normal guy.
I am a nice, normal guy.
Maybe by this town standards, but I'm not grading on a curve.
Maybe by this town standards.
I need a little time to process everything. Maybe then...
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Didn't let her finish.
I won't say a word.
Good.
Oh, what the fuck? Is this an earthquake or a supernatural earthquake? Did a giant demon worm come out of the ground or something?
That was some ride.
Did the gate to hell open?
You earn your keep, or you don't get kept.
Yeah, do something.
Try cleaning up this mess. And doing a little longer for once wouldn't kill you.
Anything wrong? Wrong? No. Not at all.
You're a terrible liar.
It was an earthquake, Buffy, a not uncommon occurrence in Southern California.
The last time we had an earthquake, I died.
Yes, I know that. I completely understand your anxiety.
Oh, good.
Maybe this is gonna be the PTSD episode.
In the meantime, I've got a few theories about our mysterious commando friends.
Really?
Yes, I believe the commando installation is either very close to or directly underneath your school. Now, if that is the case, I'm convinced that one or more of them may be in your very midst.
Plague. What if the end of the world is coming in the form of a plague?
She's diverting.
What's a Slayer?
Slayer? Thrash band. Anvil heavy guitar rock with delusions of Black Sabbath.
No, girl.
Slayer's like some kind of boogeyman for the subterrestrials.
You're telling me she doesn't exist?
Maybe this is a bad time to tell you about the Easter Bunny. All a part of that medieval folklore garbage kooks dream up to explain things we deal with every day.
Bro, you deal with demons and vampires. And he's like, I don't know, man, that shit isn't real. They're animals. Oh my god. Okay.
Like I said, animals.
So, something we were seeing a little bit in the show, but mostly in Angel, is how demons are just normal people sometimes. My question is, are they grabbing bad demons, or are they just grabbing anyone who looks like a demon? Anyone who's just like different, but they're just completely chill? Because if that's the case, then Spike is also serving as a way to like ease us into the idea of having a demon who's kind of cool, because he's on our team.
Percy! Hi!
Hey, Willow.
I thought you got that football scholarship.
Is this the guy from high school?
Lori goes here.
Hey.
How's
Interrupt.
Oz?
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
bye.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, those people secret agent. Oh, there's a demon. There's a demon loose on the party. Woo! All right. Is there a hot lesbian around here somewhere?
Rosenberg? Yeah, right. She's just some egghead who tutored me a little in high school. I mean, she's nice, but come on. I like my women hot.
Come on, man. You were cool in high school. I mean, you were uncool, but then you were cool later. Huh. The fuck is that an Illuminati symbol?
Don't turn around. Don't look at me.
He's fucking with them. Hmm?
I shrunk them. Bleeding shirt. Give me some decent stuff, and I want more blood.
No! I am way past through with you. Hate to break it to you, oh impotent one, but you're not the big bad anymore.
You're not even the kind of naughty. You're nothing but a waste of space. As much as I always got a big laugh watching Buffy kick your shiny white bum, and as much as I know I can give you a little bum kicking myself right now, you're not even worth it.
I'm so glad you're here. I found him. This guy on the bed with me.
That was like the worst way to find a body.
There was a symbol. And Percy said I was a nerd.
Percy called you a nerd?
Focusing on the important here.
Guess we should report to Giles.
Report to Giles the nerd thing, actually.
Buffy. She's pretty cool, isn't she?
Yes, already. Cool. She's hot.
He's tired of this fucking topic.
Civilian at the Porter Hall party.
HST attack?
They do call him HST.
Made me feel like I was right back in high school.
Dumb jock. If it wasn't for you, he still would be.
She did come here to tell him about the Percy stuff.
It's kind of the CBS logo. Hey,
It's like,
It's the end of the world.
again?
So what do we do?
I stop it. I wonder where I've seen this before. Place I spend most of my waking hours memorizing stuff off the sides of mausoleums.
The demon stealing bones. Okay. Take it outside. Ooh. Oh, that was a bad hit.
Where did it go?
It's gone.
He like walked in.
Confirmed sighting of an unidentified sub-T.
What are you doing here?
Looking for you. She who hangs out in cemeteries.
She did say that.
Don't sweat it. We'll bag it. Look, I really think...
Riley,
We're investigating. You don't really do the investigating thing. You just put people in jail and experiment.
I can't be with you. It's a huge black pit of a mistake, and I can't go there again.
Again? You dated me before?
You don't know what my life is like.
And I'm dying to find out.
Dying being the operative word here.
Mm.
It's just doomed. I can't do doomed again right now. Sorry.
I know you like me. And it's not like we don't have anything in common.
But that's not enough.
I'm confused.
This is a long conversation to have.
I've never been this excited about anybody before. I'm not trying to scare you, and I'm not going to force myself on you, but I am, by God, not going to walk away because I think it might not work. I don't know what's happened in your past.
Pain. Death. Do you know what a hellmouth is? Because I went to high school on it. For 3 years. This is a job to you.
It's not just a job.
It's an adventure, great. But for me, it's destiny. It is something that I can't change, something that I can't escape. I'm stuck.
You can change things.
Riley, no.
I know it may seem.
Riley, my answer is no.
All right. I like what she brought up there. Because Riley does seem like he's excited about stuff like this.
This thing's got a pheromone signature a mile wide. We're going out in civvies. Day clothes only, guys. Weapons stowed in packs. This isn't a capture, it's a kill.
Maybe when you kill it, that will be bad. That will be the sacrifice or something.
Be careful. I couldn't stand anybody getting hurt.
Goodbye, Drew. See you in hell.
He's ready to end it all.
What are you doing?
Oh my god.
For one thing, that's my shirt you're about to dust.
Yeah,
For another,
that's the most more
we've shared
important.
a lot here. You should have trusted me enough to do it for you. What? He wants to...
We know him. We can't just let him prove himself.
You know I'd drain you drier than the Sahara if I had half a chance. I'm beyond pathetic. Stuck in this basement washing skivvies for a blighter I wouldn't have bothered to bite a few months ago.
Hey,
I mean, am I even remotely scary anymore?
No. That's just funny.
We can't leave him here like this.
I won't do anything. I feel better now. Promise.
think if that happened.
Oh my god. I like this bike a lot, actually. I think this is probably the best thing you could have possibly done with this character. Hi, we're investigating the same thing.
This thing, this you and me thing, it's stupid.
Which is why we can't do it.
No, I mean you're stupid. I don't mean that. No, I think maybe I do. You have this twisted way of looking at things. This doom and gloom mentality. You keep thinking like that, and things are probably going to turn out just the way you expect.
You know, there's nothing more dangerous than a psych grad student.
Where is the bad here? We're even more well-matched than we thought we were. I mean, you're a fry cook, and so am I.
But you're an amateur fry cook, and I come from a long line of fry cooks that don't live past 25.
Which is exactly the attitude I'm talking about. I know the risks in what we do. I also know it's more rewarding than any other job on the planet. And fun!
Fun? The last person I know that believed that is in a coma right now because she had so much fun on the job.
I'm not saying you shouldn't take your work seriously.
But this isn't the kind of gig where you can just hang it up at the end of the night and snuggle with your honey.
But why? Why can't it be?
Because I tried it. And then I get sucked right back into the uber evil.
Well, welcome to the story of the world. Things fall apart, Buffy. And evil, it comes and goes. But the way people manage is they don't do it alone. They pull each other through. If you weren't so self-involved, you'd see that.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
But mostly, I think you want to stay down in the dark place. Because maybe it's safer down there.
You're so out of line.
No. The fact that you're too scared to even give it a try.
It's my business. So why don't you just leave me alone?
Fair enough.
Okay, there's a lot there. I
You
love
okay, so
how
you
I
can't kill
insured
anymore.
Spike.
There's a-
End up like the two of you. Kids your age are going off to university. You've made it as far as the basement. And Red here, you couldn't even keep Dog Boy happy.
I see what you're doing. You're trying to get us to dust you.
Don't want pity from geeks more useless than I am.
We help people. We fight the forces of evil.
Buffy fights the forces of evil. You're her groupies.
She would have died several times without them.
And she's too much of a softie to cut you loose.
I saw a different timeline where they weren't around for her, and it didn't turn out great. The Word of Alice.
Oh.
What are we, sir? Okay, you just have that. Well, shit.
I blame myself entirely. I had it here. I really only glanced at it once. I thought it was a knockoff.
Well, they have it. And they probably have their sacrifices by now, too. You found out what the ritual is for?
They're going to open the Hellmouth.
Well, again, we have to go back to the school. I mean, the school blew up, so I don't know what it looks like now.
Looks like we're going back to high school.
Yep. Yeah, it did blow up. This is fun.
Why is he even here? It's not like he can fight.
He tried to kill himself. He could sabotage us. We'll see what happens. It's kind of a rogue element right now. It's kind of a wild card. He's a Charlie of the group.
Ew.
What did you step on?
Mayor meat. Extra
Oh.
crispy.
Oh. Okay, I see. So nobody came to like repair the school, replace it, clean it up, anything. We just left it. They just abandoned it, full of the what used to be a mayor inside and shit.
3 of them.
It's 3. They have to die. And the initiative group, Riley's gonna kill them, and they're gonna help them. Their approach of just kill them is gonna fulfill the prophecy, and it's gonna happen to Hellmouth or something.
Okay, I guess I won.
No, they... Oh... Yep. Does that count as 1 or 2? Because we already had one earthquake at the beginning of the episode. Maybe that was the first one.
Okay.
You hit somebody.
I can hurt that demon.
Oh, there we go. He's part of the gang now. He can beat up demons. So, in order to feel like a badass again, he's gonna join the gang and punch demons. Well, god damn it. So, this last one. Is that a vampire? Riley's gonna kill him.
Don't let him jump in the Hellmouth.
Oh, Buffy's gonna have to choose between... No, never mind.
I'm going in.
Oh, cool. Cool. Go in. This is so silly. How is she gonna fall faster than him? And like pull him back or kill him before he reaches the ground or whatever. I don't know what the plan here is. How do you beat gravity? How do you fall faster than him enough for you to grab him and take him back? Unless there is some sort of floor. I don't know what happened on there. I don't think neither does the show. But hey, he helped her out. He was right.
Yeah, I was just passing by. And
They are in on it. They know.
You were just passing by in your G.I. Joe outfit?
Do I know you?
No. No, sir. I'm just an old pal of Xander's here.
The accent. He didn't recognize him at all. That's cool. We don't have time to have that whole situation there with Spike. All right, so maybe life sucks, but with the help of one another, we can make it better.
I'm a dead man. And you find out. I can deal. You're special. The last night with your friends was a disaster. I was trained to be sneaky and stuff, and I'm like, hi, paintball, just passing by. I should have just given him my security code and rank.
You have a security code and rank?
Everybody knows about me. I'm finished. It's the end of the world.
We prevented it. Don't worry, dude.
No, it's not.
Oh, here we are.
Sitting around watching the telly while there's evil still up.
She's like, I want a vampire slay now because I want to punch people.
We go out there and kick a little demon ass. What, can't go without your Buffy? Let's find her. She's the chosen one after all. Let's annihilate them for justice and for the safety of puppies and Christmas, right? Let's fight that evil. Let's kill something. Oh, come on.
That ending almost feels like Spike got interrupted by the episode ending and he didn't get a chance to punch something again. And I think with that, we're finally inducting Spike into the main cast by having him be one of our buddies that help us fight demons and stuff. And it makes so much sense too. Like I love how in this episode Spike is like, fuck it, I'm just gonna kill myself. I'm just gonna end it all. I'm sure that there's gonna be some people in the comments that are gonna look at that and they're gonna be like, oh my god, my sad boy, my poor little meow meow. And I'm just sitting here like, dude, that shit's just funny. It's really funny that we have brought him this low because that's what makes him a fun character now. It's played for comedy. Like, you just see it happen and immediately is a punchline to a joke. But like, sure, I believe it. I believe it because like he needs to punch people. Like, he needs to kill people. He needs to be a fighter, an asshole, a killer. He needs to be these things, which is what he's always been. And he wants to be scary. And at one point he's like trying to scare Willow, and Willow is like, well, you're not scary. You're not anymore. Honestly, he's wearing the fucking Sander Hawaiian shirts. It's like, oh my god, like he looks like such an asshole. And he's having such a crisis that he's like, fuck it, dude, I'm just gonna end it all. And it's fun. I love that. And it makes sense for him at the end to be like, wait a second, I can punch demons. And now he's a member of the squad. Now he's a member of the Scoobies or whatever. Because now he has to like be allied with them in order to be like, you know what, gang, let's go and let's fight demons or whatever. Let's go and kill them, which is what he's doing here at the end of the episode. And it's funny how it seems like the episode cut him short and he's like complaining that the episode cut. That's funny. And like, sure, let's say that he doesn't need anyone, right? He could just go solo and try to kill demons by himself, but he's not doing so because he probably realizes that it's for his best interest. You know what Spike is? Spike's a cat. You know how cats believe that you are their pet, but you're feeding them and giving them shelter and shit, but cats believe that they control you instead? That's what Spike is. And Spike believes that he's like recruiting this group of people and it's like, well, they need me, so you know what? They're gonna be my lackeys. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go kill people like good old Spike does. I'm gonna be terrifying and they're gonna be so cool and so badass. And I guess I'm bringing these losers along. And then everyone just looks at him like, bro, we literally give you food. Like, that's probably the way this is gonna go moving forward. But that's gonna be the dynamic, and I'm here for it. I'm very excited for that. I have said this before, but I love everything that we're doing with Spike's character. Every episode, it just gets better. This is probably the best possible direction you could have taken a character. It's incredible. I love it. Anyway, enough about Spike. Let's talk about Buffy and Riley. So I kind of forgot, actually, that last episode, they were like, let's talk. And I love how this episode started with that exact same shot, the exact same scene. It was just like a continuation of it. That is very clever. I love that. But the way that played out is that they're still being secretive about one another. Buffy has doubts about whether she knows him at all or not, which is, it's fair. And then this devolves into Buffy in the future. Throughout the episode, is starting to think like, okay, I can't do this again. You know, I did this shit before a couple times and it's not good. Because it always ends in like heartbreak, forbidden love and all that stuff and people dying on me and shit. I like Riley's approach. Like I like Riley's character a lot here. He shows himself to be like excited and enjoying his like duty fighting all this like demon people and shit, and there's like an earthquake, and he's like, oh my god, that was the first earthquake. Like Riley is like a small country boy. That part of his character seems to be true, and he is experiencing a lot of these things for the first time, and to him this is all just a big adventure, you know, like to him this is fun, interesting, it's intriguing because he just hasn't had experiences like this before, so he's exploring, you know, he's kind of a shelter guy, and he's seeing a lot of things for the first time, and he's having fun with it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a very human thing to have. Buffy sees this as a red flag because she's like, well, and goes all the way back to like season 1. There was a guy that had a crush on Buffy, and then he saw Buffy like kill demons or whatever, and he was like, oh dude, that shit's so sick, let's go and kill demons again. And Buffy was like, nah, I'm good. It's like the same thing where Buffy thinks this is bad news, you know, like you're gonna fucking die that way, and I can't have you do that to me. We're bad for each other. So she just decides I can't. I'm just gonna not. And she just walks away. Riley, however, he pushes for it. And that's interesting because Riley's a very respectful person. He's very polite. And it's cool that he's pushing against Buffy, what she's saying here, because he can identify that what Buffy is saying, even though he's overstepping, he's intruding, but he's identifying that what Buffy's saying and the way she's acting is like unhealthy. It's coming from a weird place. And Riley tells her, like, I don't know what this deal is with all this like doom and gloom and all this like incredibly negative and depressive view of the world. Buffy's like, I have to do all this shit on my own. I am destined to be a slayer. I don't have a choice in this, and it sucks, and I'm not gonna drag other people with me. And Riley is like, fucking why not? Right? Because Riley's take here, and I had a conversation about something similar to this with like a friend of mine like yesterday, where Riley just brings up the point of like, dude, yeah, the world sucks. Anyway, what does that matter? You know, like shit sucks. Sometimes you're gonna be in a situation where it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad news. And there's nothing wrong about relying on other people. There's nothing wrong with like fighting together instead of just having to shoulder everything on your own. Like you're not alone in this. Like whatever, you're the slayer, you're destined to be so, whatever the fuck. Like, dude, it doesn't matter. Because like you can't really remove people's choice here, right? And if Riley wants to keep doing this, he's gonna keep doing it. Like that's just part of his character. That's part of his person. Buffy wants to distance herself from potential hurt, but she's just neglecting life that way. I like Buffy is an interesting show to me because it often feels like, I mean it is, right? This is the way it's written. A lot of these problems are a weirdly cartoony supernatural version of like real problems, right? Like real issues that people have in life. So you can use them kind of as metaphors for something that might be more real and concrete in the real world. But like Buffy in this situation is like, I need to get away from you because when we're together, it's gonna be bad, and like we're gonna end up dead, and it's gonna hurt you or it's gonna hurt me, either by one of us living and the other one dying or something. And Riley is like, I don't see the problem with us like doing what we do, but instead of we doing it alone, we do it together, you know? I like his take. I'm not gonna say he's correct in saying that because like I don't know how the initiative works, and I don't think they would be cool with Buffy just being with them, or that Buffy would be cool with just being with them either. I think we're gonna have to put Riley in a situation where he has to make a choice and choose between his like duty to the initiative or Buffy. So we'll see how that's gonna go. But I think that whatever Riley's saying is definitely coming from like it's coming from a good place. It's coming from maybe a naive place. But I can see Riley having like a good heart and good intentions, right? I like Riley. Riley's cool. He's saying that Buffy is definitely like in a bad state, in a bad place as a result of past experiences. And what he does with that is not to just let her dwell on it. He actually confronts her about it, which I think is a cool thing to do. I like someone that cares about you enough to be like, I can see that what you're doing or the way you're acting or what you're feeling is bad, and you're not approaching it from like a healthy angle. So I'm gonna actively challenge you because I think that that's gonna be bad for you and I want to make it better, right? I like that he did that. There was a confrontation, there was conflict between the two characters, but I think that Riley came from a very good place and with a right approach. And at the end of the episode, what they did is, it's fun because they actively brought back that whole situation. Buffy comes to talk to Riley, and Riley is like, oh my god, I'm such a fucking loser. I told everyone like I was there for paintball or whatever. Oh man, like I'm doomed. I'm fucking dead. It's the end of the world. I'm fucked. And Buffy is like, it's fine, and just like kisses him. And I think that's cool because that's supposed to be like Riley was telling Buffy not to be such a Debbie Downer, not to be so negative about things, and just focus on like what we can do in order to actually make it good. And now at the end of the episode, Buffy comes back and she's actually like doing that for him. You know, he's like in a bad spot of like, man, I fucked up, man. Everyone knows. And then she's like, it's gonna be fine. Don't worry. So that's good. She comes in with the assist from the similar spot that he was assisting her earlier in the episode. So that's cool about those characters. I think that moving forward, I've said this before, but moving forward, we are going to eventually, we're like Buffy, the gang, and the initiative are gonna start clashing, I think. There's going to be a clash of some sort, and I think Riley's probably going to have to make a choice because I think Riley's a good person, but I think he is in a situation where I don't think that the initiative is good. Again, a government-funded military group that is also a secret military group. It's like villain-coded. And also, now that I've been watching a ton of Angel this past like month and a half, there is like in Angel, and I'm not saying that Angel has to have any influence in Buffy, but I think in this instance it does, where in Angel we've been seeing a lot of demons that are just people, just random regular ass people. There was an episode of Angel where there were essentially like demon Nazis that were chasing other demons and killing them just for like the sake of like removing anyone who's like a half-breed or whatever. But all these demons were just like hiding underground and just cowering in fear from being killed, and it's just like weirdly real. And I like how Angel the show is actually expanding on the idea that in this world, in the world of Buffy, there's a bunch of demons that are not evil. They're not here to do any weird scheming evil things. They're just people living in the world, right? And they hide because people generally don't accept them. So they just hang out, hiding underground, hiding in places out of sight. Well, that's cool. There was like a fucking demon auction in the last episode of Angel Watch where fucking Wesley showed up then, by the way. That's going on in Angel. But yeah, I think that now in Buffy, like the initiative at first, to this day, honestly, because we haven't seen anything bad from them, they seem to just be like good guys in the sense that, you know, they capture beasts and demons and bad things and save normal people from them. But the thing is that because it's all, you know, it's an army, it's procedure, it's experimentation even. What's gonna happen is that we're gonna have an episode where they're gonna capture someone that's like good, like a demon that's not evil, a demon who's just some guy, and they're just gonna take them and they're just gonna kill them, or they're gonna experiment on them and kill them, and it's gonna be like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And it's like, well, it was a demon, look at it has like horns and shit. And it's like, that's when it's gonna like the crux of the conflict is gonna come to fruition, which is gonna be maybe demons aren't necessarily all bad, maybe they're just people, and this group is so set on just exterminating them and use them as guinea pigs and shit that it's like it's not good. I've said this before, we already have that with Spike a little bit. Spike becomes a character that we already know, that has been established. He's fun, he's liked, liked by the audience, not necessarily by the characters. He shows up and establishes himself, then he gets captured and he's experimented on, and then he comes back and he cannot hurt anyone, and we get to see him for a couple episodes just wander through the streets, not being able to do anything, just hiding and being afraid and being hungry. And at that point, it's like sad. And then he's like weirdly adopted by the main cast. He's a reluctant ally, and now he's an actual ally that wants to fight people just because he wants to feel cool and like a badass. So now he's decided, you know what, I'm gonna help them out because that's better for my interests, of which there are one, which is kill people. Doesn't matter if they're humans or demons, still gonna do it. Violence is the game. That's all he cares about. And he found an outlet. But the thing is that even like now in this episode too, like he tried to kill himself, and then Willow mostly was like, no, let's not let him kill himself. Even Sander was like, all right, come here with us, you know, like they didn't want him to kill himself. And it's this thing where like Spike is definitely growing on them. Like he's not just some guy that we keep as a prisoner. He's just a guy that we just have around and we feed him and stuff. And it's hard not to grow attached to something that you're spending so much time with. Even though you're arguing and fighting all the time, bickering and shit, it's like, well, he's Spike. Yeah, again, he's a cat. You know, you adopted a cat in the form of a very violent British man. So Spike, at this point, has become someone that we care about. And he is wanted and disliked and actively being hunted by the Initiative. And it's the thing where, like, Spike is a muddy situation because he's, like, a serial killer or whatever. But also look at him. He can't do anything anymore. He's helping us out. He's our friend, kind of. Why not, you know? We've grown weirdly attached to him, and I feel like it's also mutual. I feel like he's also grown weirdly attached to them as well. So if we run into a situation where they're going to want to get Spike and capture him, there's going to be a conflict where the gang are going to be like, let's not, you know, he's Spike, he's our buddy, kind of, you know, like we argue all the time, but like we're not gonna let you kill him, and then there's gonna be conflict there. So maybe Spike is gonna be the main point of conflict between those two groups. Maybe it's gonna be a different demon, but I think that that's gonna be the exploration for this season, is the idea of we have a group that is actively hunting demons, and our main cast realizing that maybe not all demons are bad, maybe they're kind of chill, and we're not gonna let you fucking kill them because they're just random people, you know, like that's just not a good thing to do. So we're just gonna stand up for that because we know this person is not bad. They're not gonna do evil things. I'm not talking about Spike, I'm talking about a random demon, a hypothetical random demon. Spike is bad, but he's not gonna do bad things because he can't. But I think that is gonna be the point of conflict, and Spike might get caught in the middle, and so will Riley, where Riley's gonna have to make a choice. And we're gonna see how that's gonna go, and that makes Riley very interesting to me, because I think Riley is gonna be a character that is incredibly dedicated to his duty. He definitely wants to keep putting 100% of himself into the Initiative and fighting demons and stuff. But then at the same time, Riley is a good person, so his actual inner morals are gonna have to start coming into clash with his duty. And we're gonna see how that's gonna go. That's gonna be fun. I'm expecting that, and I'm excited for that. Willow was lonely for a bunch of this episode. We got a character from the high school show up again. I forgot his name, but he talked shit about Willow, and I'm like, come on, man. Like, you were cool in high school. I guess you were on like 4 scenes. That sucks. Willow desperately needs a friendly lesbian witch to come and save her from this miserable existence. As we all do, honestly. I was excited to see the continuation of that story, but we didn't get any of that in this episode, so I look forward to maybe the next one. I don't know. I think that might be it for this episode. I don't know what else to talk about. I like how Spike has been upgraded to main character. In season 2, he was like a main antagonist, but now he's main character. We spent half the episode with Spike and like what his deal is and what his journey is and how he's feeling. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for this episode of... Wait, hold on, give me a second. I want to see something. Maybe the joke at the end is that Spike turned off the TV, and that's why Sander and Willow were pointing, and it's like, you turn off the TV, the episode is about to end. Maybe that's what that was supposed to be. I was wondering why they were like just silently pointing, but yeah, I think that's the joke. And that's gonna be it for this episode reaction to Buffy. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next time. And alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this reaction episode to Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. If you would like to watch the next one, the next 2, or full-length reactions and Angel, you can do so over at the Patreon. Check out the link section below. Social media, all sorts of cool stuff that I do. See you guys next time. Take care everybody. Bye bye.